Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about this is Fate. Preeta rescued Mahesh from being beaten by Nurse Mona, and Prithvi brought someone into the house to come and send Preeta out of the house, and the person's name is Nagre. Let's continue. Nagre asked Preeta to bring the property papers and it will know if Preeta is lying to be the owner of the Lutra mansion. Preeta entering her room is a bit tensed and she is looking at the side table and she takes out the property papers, thinking about what Nagre said, that if the signatures on the papers are false, then he would himself file a case against Preeta, and Preeta leaves after taking out a pen. Prithvi, while standing with Nagre, says that he wants to tell him something important and that Preeta has only showed some of the people the papers and these people do not even know anything about the legal forums. Nagre asks Prithvi not to come between this since he is now the lawyer and the judge of this case. Preeta walks down the stairs, after which she gave Nagre the papers. Nagre started looking at the papers while Sherlyn wonders what is going on here. Prithvi, looking at Preeta, thinks that now Nagre will make sure that Preeta is totally finished. Sherlyn thinks that Preeta might have met a lot of people but know anyone like Nagre. Natasha also says that there is not anyone like Nagre. Nagre, turning to the family, says that according to these papers, Preeta is the owner of this property and Preeta is the one who can make the last decision. Nagre explains that it is even said that Preeta has gotten the right after they have been snatched from Prithvi, and he asks that what has happened. Nagre asks for the papers of Prithvi, explaining that now he will look at the date and whichever set of the papers has the latest date, then the ownership will be to that person. Preeta explains that she can tell Nagre verbally that Prithvi's papers were signed on 3rd November, while ours were signed on 30th of November, and there is also one other thing, that Prithvi has only gotten the power of attorney, which is to manage the property, while her papers are for the transfer of the property, so in any case, she will be the owner of the property. Nagre says that even then, he needs to check the signatures since these are the only one thing which can prove the papers are false. Nagre says that the signatures on both papers are different. Preeta explains that even she has noticed the difference in the signature, and this can mean only one of three things. The first one, that Mahesh had either had a lot of drink or that he was being scared, so that was why his hand was trembling. Preeta says that in this case, Prithvi is the most experienced person and he will know what is wrong with Mahesh. Hearing this, Prithvi gets really angry, asking that what is this? And Nagre, standing, asks if Preeta has any other document, and Preeta asks that what does it mean, as there is just one document which is original and he has them in his hands. Nagre, turning to the Lutra family, says that these papers are original and it is clearly written that Preeta is the owner of the property and she can throw anyone out of this house including Prithvi, but this is only possible when these papers are in original state, and Nagre in front of Preeta tears the document and he throws them in the air. Preeta, in a state of tension, asks that why did Nagre do this, and Nagre says that he has in just a moment ruined Preeta's biggest victory, ruining Preeta's dream to own the Lutra empire, which he has destroyed, and the entire Lutra family did not do anything since they all hate Preeta so much. Nagre says that the Lutras are just bearing Preeta, the Preeta Aurora which is standing in front of him, and he doesn't meet anyone without knowing them, so he knows everything about them, so he knows everything about Preeta. Nagre explains that he is not only Prithvi's friend, but also his secret keeper, and he would always stand with him in each and every plan. Preeta asks Nagre why he tore her papers since they are the original signatures of Mahesh. Prithvi says that Preeta made a really big entry, claiming that she would do a lot of things, but now Preeta should forget the geography of this house. Preeta says that Nagre said that he met anyone after knowing them, but he was not able to find out the truth about her, but she knows each and everything about Nagre. Preeta says that Nagre went to the jail for the first time at the age of 7, until the age of 35, he went there 7 times. And when Nagre knows this, then why does he not study the criminology, as he is a criminal, so he would be able to solve each and every problem of the criminals? Preeta says that she meets the partners of her enemies because she is sure that they would also be just like her enemy, and she says that Nagre said a lot in his introduction, but she will just say that she is smart and she is always ready to counter any plan of her enemy. Preeta says that Nagre's efforts are wasted as the papers that he tore are not the original but the fake ones, and she asks Girish to bring the original, and then Prithvi all of a sudden tears the second document again. Preeta says that she is not able to explain it, and she asks that why did Prithvi get so uneasy since this was the second copy of the fake papers. Preeta says that she can provide both Prithvi and Nagre with a lot of fake document copies, and she is not an idiot like Nagre's friend Prithvi, who himself said that he made Mahesh sign the papers, but she is not like that. Preeta says that Nagre said that he himself is the judge and the lawyer, and he is busy in finding the good in himself, but did not find anything in her. Nagre says that now he has seen the date on the papers of Preeta, so the new papers will be made on the date of December. Nagre threatens Preeta, saying that she doesn't know what kind of a person he is because now he will make sure that he ruins Preeta. Nagre says that he was the one who saved the serial killer Muna Pandey, who made the record by murdering 37 people. Nagre says that the court sentenced Pandey to be hanged till death, and it was him who saved him from not only the jail but also hanging, and that Muna will kill Preeta if he asks him to. Preeta gets tense hearing this. Even Karan along with the entire Luthra family are shocked. Nagre says that he was the one who gave Prithvi the idea to get the signatures from Mahesh Luthra. Everyone is shocked, and Nagre says that he will not tell them the true plan, and if Preeta's story is of one word, then his story is of 2 words, and if Preeta is just smart, then he is also smart and dangerous. Preeta says that this means that Nagre also forgot to notice something else beside her smartness. Preeta explains that Nagre forgot to notice the pen because it is also a camera. Everyone is really shocked to see what Preeta is doing. Preeta explains that she has recorded how Nagre threatened to harm her, and also that Nagre confessed and accepted the entire wrongdoings that he has done on her smart pen. Preeta says that she will surely go to a good lawyer who will surely accept the truth, and forming an association, she will make sure that Nagre's license to practice the law will be snatched. Nagre tries to snatch the pen from Preeta, and Preeta says that he should not even dare. Nagre says that he is done, but Preeta stops him and says that he cannot live like this since now there is a ritual in their family by which he would have to drink some tea. Preeta pushed Prithvi aside and says that Sherlyn can make really good tea, so she asks Sherlyn to prepare tea for each and everyone, especially for Nagre. Sherlyn, entering the kitchen, thinks that what does Preeta think of herself, and Kritika, coming from behind, says that Preeta is now the owner of the house. Kritika, coming to Sherlyn, explains that she doesn't like Preeta anymore. Sherlyn apologizes, saying that she cannot bear Preeta anymore. Kritika also accepts that even she is not able to bear Preeta, and she asks Sherlyn to never think that she has any soft corner for Preeta. Sherlyn says that she doesn't have any problem in making tea for her family, but why should she do it for Nagre when he ruined their family? Kritika explains that she would have forgiven her if Preeta returned the property to the Luthra family, but Preeta instead had the dreams of owning each and everything. Sherlyn thinks that she still feels that Kritika has a soft corner for Preeta, but Kritika assures Sherlyn that she hates Preeta to the extent that she can never trust her. Grandma says that Raki is once again taking the side of Preeta when Preeta has accepted that she only married Karan for the sake of money and she doesn't care for any one of them. Raki says that she is glad that someone has come who is able to stand against Prithvi and Nagre, and she says that they were never able to do it by themselves, as even she was not able to do anything, but Preeta has been able to stand in front of them. Grandma says that Raki is once again taking Preeta's side when Preeta has accepted that she only cares for their money. Kritika tells Sherlyn that she never thought that Preeta would become like this. Sherlyn says that every person has 2 sides, one which they show everyone and the other which is hidden, and she is glad that they all have seen Preeta's true face. Sherlyn says that it is a weird question, but what if Kritika is asked that who would rule over them between Preeta or Prithvi, then who would Kritika choose? Kritika says that Sherlyn should never think of Preeta because it is better if Prithvi rule over them and not Preeta. Sherlyn thinks that she was getting worried without any reason because Kritika also hates Preeta. Samur explains to Karan that he is really glad because Nagre made a single attack and Preeta replied to it with her own counter-attack. Preeta then also ruined the image of both Prithvi and Nagre. Samru explains that he felt really proud of Preeta, and Karan says that he feels that Preeta is a bit different and she is changed, but he cannot explain it. Karan leaves, and Samru says that Preeta made a really good effort. Preeta closes the door, walking into the room, thinking that for the first time, she has gone against her own family for their sake, and this could have been really difficult for that old Preeta, as she would not have been able to do anything. But now this is a changed Preeta, and she has done what no one was able to do because she has ruined the image of Nagre. Prithvi and Nagre are both really worried in the room, and Nagre asks that why did Prithvi not tell him the truth, and also says that Prithvi should not talk in this voice with him because Preeta is a really strong woman. Prithvi asks that why is Nagre so worried, because they should think about what they need to do since tomorrow is the biggest day of his life. Nagre says that he will not be able to protect Prithvi if he is no longer a lawyer because Preeta can ruin him. Prithvi says that he did not think that Nagre would get scared so easily, and Nagre says that he was also wrong about Prithvi. And Prithvi coming to Nagre says that he has really high expectations from him, but he was not able to fulfill them. Prithvi throws a glass away in frustration, and Nagre threatens Prithvi, saying that Preeta has come to ruin everything from Prithvi's point of view, and she will not stop in any case. Prithvi says that he feels that he himself would have to ruin Preeta. Kritika, coming into the room with the tea, asks if they would like it. Nagre takes his cup, but Prithvi just looks at Kritika with anger, so Kritika leaves the room. Nagre asks that why is Prithvi not thrown out of the house. Prithvi says that it is because of this woman, as he entered this house because of her, and he would also remain because of her. Karan is walking in the room and he bumps into Preeta. Preeta catches Karan before he falls, and Karan asks that why does Preeta keep saving him. Preeta asks that why can Karan not walk straight. Karan says that he was walking straight and Preeta came in front of him, and why did Preeta held him. Preeta explains that she saved Karan from falling, as it was just because of her being a human, as if even a cat comes in front of her, then she would have also saved her. Karan says that he is not a cat but a lion and a ground, and Preeta explains that Karan is scolding her when it is his fault. And Preeta, pulling out the alcohol, says that Karan cannot understand anything because of this alcohol. Karan says that he will not talk with Preeta if Preeta behaves like this. Preeta replies that she is Karan's boss in reality, and Karan asks that why is Preeta showing an attitude after saving him for just 2 times. Preeta says that she is the boss for saving Karan, but Karan says that even he saved Preeta a lot of times. Preeta says that the rules that she set for everyone else do not apply to her, but she doesn't let Karan come close, saying that he would have to get up at 5 a.m. But Karan says that he cannot wake up at 7, so how would he do it at 5? Preeta explains that Karan has incurred a lot of losses in her business, and she says that Karan was once a popular star, but now Karan is not even able to perform the business. Preeta says that Karan should do what he is capable of, and she feels that Karan can only play the cricket. Preeta orders Karan to wake up at 4:30, and this angers Karan and he disagrees. Then Preeta says that Karan must leave at 5 a.m, so he would have to wake up early. Preeta advised Karan to do what he is best at, and he should not try to run the business. Karan tries to pick up the vase, but Preeta snatches it from him, and Karan leaves saying that he has another vase. Preeta, sitting down on the bed, thinks that she wants the old Karan back because she feels that she would need his help at some point of time in this fight, but she doesn't know how to get Karan to her side, and she prays to God to help her. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.